Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. I am continuing my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV, Patch 4.1, The Legend Returns. We are here in Ul'dah, talking with the Sultana. We've just completed negotiating with Lolorito, working out a trade deal or something. It wasn't all that exciting, I'll be perfectly honest with you. But we completed the deal. So I'm continuing right where I left off, picking up pretty much. Didn't even take a break. Even I just kind of stopped the last recording and started up the new recording. So let's continue. Still Tuesday night, October 17, 2017. Let's continue talking to the Sultana. I'm slurring my words. This can't be good. Securing the Saltery. Nanamo is ready to move ahead with her plans. Of course. Our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin work on implementing the particulars of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time, Tia, I would ask that you convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Alamigo. I'll do that. That would be Lise. My thanks again. Together we have laid the groundwork for an endeavor which promises to benefit the peoples of Alamigo and Ul'dah both. All right. Let's go back to Gir Abania, the Locks, the Alamigan Quarter. We are burning up the Aetherite airways, whatever. Alright, still got my minion came back. Minions apparently can't be summoned in wherever I was there. Hey, what are you guys doing here? Whiskar! That name is familiar, but I don't remember his role from Stormblood. Hey, Ehrenwald. Welcome back to you. How was your audience with the Sultana? It was fine. Alphino. In your absence, I have kept myself busy cataloguing the riches of the Mad King's trove and calculating its worth in gil. I have some way to go, but the figure is already quite staggering. Doing boring stuff as always. Whiskar. Oh, greetings to you. I'm actually in the middle of reporting to the commander here, so, buzz off. Go away. Tia, you're back. What did Nanamo... Oh, sorry. Are you allowed to talk about your audience with the Sultana? No, it's a huge secret. Meow, 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 meow. So, Rabon says he's going to return to Ul'dah, but she isn't sure he wants to. Tell us something we don't know, but I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home. And this plan to revitalize the Saltery does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the very last person I would expect her to turn to for advice. But on a more practical note, Lise, assuming the interim government elects to accept Ul'dah's proposal, I have one caveat I should like you to include in the bargain. Alamigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Ul'dah to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lolorito too much control. Honestly, Alphino, it's like Kugani never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? Well, but yes, you do make a good point. First things first, though, we need to discuss this proposal with the Saltery's residents. Whiskar, how do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what Watt thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along, Tia? I might need you to fill in the details. Then I shall come as well. Should Watt wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. I am a huge know-it-all. Bye. I almost forgot. We are graced with the presence of Gracie on the Gracie Cam. Ehrenwald. I'm leaving the business of dividing up the treasure to those who know about such things. I'm not proud to admit it, but every time I see a column of numbers, my eyes glaze over. One of these days I'll have to ask Elfino to explain it all to me. It's not worth the effort. I'll have to give Nanamo my thanks next time we meet. With this and everything else that's been happening, it really feels like things are gathering pace around here. Well, it's about time. Alright, let's continue this adventure in the dark. It's 10:40 p.m. in Eorzean time. Let's zoom in and travel to this other crystal, which seems to be closer to our destination. So we're going to the salt mines. You know, I got to admit, I really was not expecting a story about trade negotiations and a salt mine. I did not see that coming. I was expecting something about Fordola. That makes sense, because they did leave that hanging. But they seem to have gone away from that. They gave us a little taste and left us hanging. I was expecting something about Gosetsu and Yotsuyu, but so far nothing. Alright. What's going on here, Alphino? Ideally, one would want Alamigo's stake to match Uldar's gill for gill, in combination with a cast-iron contract that should serve to prevent Lolorito from making off with all of the profits. Whiskar. Let's go and see Grandad. He's going to want to hear this. Oh yeah, I think he came into the story toward the end, I believe. Probably on this very map. Watt is also familiar. Is that Grandad? Is Watt Grandad? I think so. What manner of mischief brings you young'uns to old Watt this time, eh? They want to rebuild the saltery, Grandad. Tia, tell him about the deal. Meow, 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 meow. Well, bugger me. We've never had the coin or the hands to put the place back to how it was. But it sounds like that's about to change. There's just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who goes near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to cull the buggers, but the Imperials weren't about to help the likes of us. Don't worry, Grandad. We'll take care of all that. Commander Hext has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I asked. I'd appreciate that, Whiskar, my lad. Truly I would. So does this mean you've gotten better with that blade of yours? I've been training, but mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience hunting monsters, don't you, Tia? Think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties and teach me how to deal with them? I can handle that for you. Let's not waste any time, then. I'll see you by the lock. Whilst you are busy attending to the local fauna, I shall have Master Watt explain to me exactly what is required to restore the saltery to its former glory. Good hunting. It does my heart good to see youngsters like my grandson giving their all to rebuild the country. Feels like anything's possible. Needless to say, I shall impress upon our friend here the singular importance of securing a fair contract with his Uldan benefactors. Well, I should hope so. Alright, let's go fight some bad guys. Speak with Whisker. Where is he? Oh, there he is. And use the telescope to observe a yabby. Right then, Tia. I've got a spyglass here you can use to take a closer look at these pests. Once you've got their measure, you can tell me what to do, and we'll see how well I get on. Stretch from Gracie. Search your surroundings for yabbies. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a yabby and inspect it with the left mouse button. So we're going back to the sniper mechanic again, I see. Is that a yabby? Discover a yabby's weak point. Is that a yabby? I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm looking for a weak spot. None of these look like weak spots. The soft underbelly? I'm assuming it's gonna like beep or something when I find it. Oh wait, something happened. I saw something pop up on the screen. The horns? No. Yabby's jaw. There we go. The jaw is the weak point. The yabby's entire body is protected by a hard carapace, but the underside of the head looks soft and vulnerable. Actually, it doesn't, but I'll take your word for it. Oh, looks like you've found a yabby. They say hitting their shells like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? Why, yes. Aim for the soft underside of the head. Meow, 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 meow. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then. Wish me luck. Go get him. Hey, good job. Yay, he did it. He's not worthless after all. Whisker. Thanks, Tia. I did just as you told me, and the wavekin went down like a sack of potatoes. Popotos. Let's find something else. Can we just fight him the normal way? This is, I mean, the sniper scope thing is kind of neat, but it's not really that neat. I think I can handle the yabbies now, so we should try something different. What else is out there? Search your surroundings for phobads. Hey, there's one right there in front of me. So we gotta discover another weak point. The eye, apparently. Not too tricky. It's pretty much, the game has pretty much done the work for you. The phobad's hands are large and powerful, but destroying its crystallized core should render the salt golem inanimate. Ugh, a phobad. How do I defeat one of those? Destroy the core within its brow. Just hit it really... I'm gonna do this. I just want to see what happens. Just hit it really, really hard as you can. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. What? Are you sure? As hard as I can. Well, simple strategies are often the best. Here goes. Is he gonna get killed or something now? I just had to see what happens. Rah! Wow, it worked. It worked. I can't believe it. That was funny. Whiskar. It's not easy, fighting with the Liberator of Alamigo watching your every move, but I got the job done. Thanks for the advice, Tia. I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Anyway, we should head back to the Saltery before Grandad starts to worry I've been snipped into pieces and fed to a yabby's hatchlings. Yes, indeed. We certainly wouldn't want Grandad to worry about us. Alphino. For the merchants of Uldar, a well-constructed contract is both sword and shield, and Wat must understand this if we are to meet them on an even field. Speaking of battles, does Whiskar seem equal to the task of thinning the Loch's monster population? He certainly seemed eager enough. He's fine. Whiskar. Let's hurry up and tell Grandad how the hunt went. It'll set his mind at ease. I see you've returned in one piece. Dealt with those beasties then, did you? I fought them myself, after a bit of instruction from Tia here, like. Once I've shared what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good lad, a fine young man you've become, Whiskar, a fine young man indeed. Too often of late I hear tales of folk over in the city, drunk on victory and hungry for revenge, their heads stuck firmly in the past. But we need to set our sights on the future, on things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the Saltery ready to welcome our long-lost countrymen. Right you are. Quest complete. It'll be nice to have some resistance lads and lasses around to watch over us. No one wants to worry about being dragged into the Loch while you're just trying to get an honest day's work done. Grandad and his friends are already hard at work. The rest of us can do no less, eh? A blissful arrival. Alphino seems satisfied that he and Wat are of one mind. So you say. It seems Whiskar has the Saltery's security well in hand. I, meanwhile, have discussed the next steps with Master Wat and completed my inspection of the site. With a little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. Message from General Alden. Apologies for the interruption, miss, but the General would speak with you at your earliest convenience. Huh? Do not feel obliged to wait around on my account. I will remain here to hammer out the finer details with Watt and act as an intermediary with our business partners in Uldar. You should go. General Alden asks that you wait for him by the main gate in the Alamegan Quarter. My apologies again, miss. Farewell. You know, I gotta say, I'm a little confused about this story. It's kind of ping-ponging in all different directions. Whiskar. I'll ask Commander Hex to assign a squad to patrol the Saltery's harvesting and fishing spots, and I'll be sure to tell them what you told me. Pray leave the administrative tasks to me. General Alden will be waiting. That Alphinaud's a bright lad, isn't he? I told him what we'd need to repair the place, and he tallied up the total cost on the spot. And it weren't a small number, neither. Very impressive. He is a total nerd. Nerd! Okay, we're going back to the Alamegan Quarter. Let's go to the Aetheryte Crystal. Alright, we're at 21 minutes now. We should have enough time to squeeze in another quest. I bet we're gonna have voices on this one. Waiting, unless this is a trap. It's nighttime. The stars are out.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
Who?
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal.
I actually don't remember them, but I'll take your word for it.
Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Okay.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
Hang him from the highest tree. Well, I mean, yeah, I would say their lives would be forfeit, yeah. Not to be too grim about it. Meow, 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 meow.
Hear, hear. There is no more fitting sentence for the perpetrators of such a massacre, and that is but one of their crimes. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard.
Hey, don't pin this on me.
That concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
I just gave you an opinion. I didn't give you a command.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilberd's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Alamegan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't. But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Oh.
Father,
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword. But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
It is Nanamo. I thought it was Nanamo, but it's Nanamo.
is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain.
But she wants you to stay.
Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
I don't really understand this. I thought we were setting things up so he would stay. But now he's saying he's not going to stay. I was just on my way to the Saltery. It's lucky I saw you. Arenvald seems flustered. Something is amiss. That took longer than I intended, but at least you know where I stand. Now that's settled. Arnvold, what news? We may have a problem, sir. A group of Venanta has arrived at the main gates, and I don't mean the Vera. These are Kalyana, the ones that summoned the Primal. They're insisting they be allowed to attend the council. Lise is trying to reason with them, but she may need help. An invitation was extended to all the native beast tribes, but we assumed the Kalyana would refuse it out of hand. We had best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle. Chia, you've dealt with these Kalyana before. I'd have you at my side. Uh-oh, is he gonna die? He's gonna die in this battle, isn't he? That's totally what they're setting this up for. Alright, I have to continue now. 28 minutes. Or, I don't know, maybe I should... I don't know. I feel like they might be about to send us into an instance. So I don't want that to be at the beginning of a video, so I will press onward. Whoops, don't run into any mobs. Oh, there they are. Hello, Kalyanas. Nobody else is here? Just Lise. Okay. Alright, Lise. Take him down. There's Raubon. Late as always. Tia, Raubon, gods, it's good to see you. Ah, the Slayer has come. We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss, but we did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all who call Giribania home. If this is truly your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. It is our wish, and you are welcome, but we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will all be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. I reckon that's the closest we're going to get to a compromise, and we will have people standing guard. Aye, let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. All right. Why do I have the feeling we've welcomed a viper into our midst? Good question. A blissful arrival, quest complete. And since I am at 31 minutes now, I think I will stop here and continue next time. It sounds like the meeting is probably going to be the last thing in 4.1, maybe, just a guess. I'm assuming some big dramatic thing will happen at the meeting. We'll find out next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. See you later.